basketball fans, welcome back. So the Lakers could save 15 to 16 million in luxury tax if they acquire Dejounte Murray. So this is an article I've seen in Fadeaway World, and I'm just gonna react to it. It got released 19th January, so this weekend I was kind of held up, but we are back. So the Los Angeles Lakers could find a way to get under the luxury tax in a possible Dejounte Murray trade. So this is just a salary dump that you're trying to see the Lakers do because they are deep into the luxury tax, and in their salary situation is not as inspiring at all. So the Los Angeles Lakers seem committed to pursuing Dejounte Murray and find a deal that the Atlanta Hawks accept. So in that process, the Lakers are possibly trying to acquire a salary offset that allows them under the luxury tax and save nearly 16 million, as explained by Brian Windhorst and Bobby Marks on an episode on the Hoops Collective. So Bobby Marks was quoted as saying the Lakers are 1.3 million above the luxury tax and 4.9 million below the vast apron. So the Lakers are a repeater tax team 4 years in a row out of 5 years. That's a small amount, but they're still in the tax. Then Brian Windhorst comes out and says there are ways for the Lakers to make a trade to shed 1.3 million to try and improve the roster and to get out of the tax. Then Bobby Marks, like a 19 million player option or 15.7, not a player option, like a 19 million player or 15.7 million player. So right, Brian Windhorst, he came out and said, right, it doesn't take high level cap mechanics on how the Lakers can trade Dejounte Murray and get out of the luxury repeater tax, which will save the Lakers around the neighborhood of 15 million. So the Lakers ownership can find users for that money. So the Lakers right now, I mean, I'm not sure, man. Like it's they're in a situation where they just have problems everywhere. Not only is their salary situation not the greatest, their on-court chemistry is not the greatest. They can't even fix their defense, and they've been losing games for quite some time now. So it's actually quite insane that all these problems are coming at this point, and there's high pressure for them to be able to be active at the trade deadline. If they're not active in the trade deadline, they might ride out the season with that squad, and they might finish the year in a lackluster way. So to make the finances work, the Lakers will have to send another player along with the 15.7 million player Marks was talking about, which is Rui Hachimura. So the inclusion of Jalen Hood Schifino and another minimum contract like Christian Wood will see the Lakers shed a lot of money. They shed a lot of money. The Dejounte Murray, who is making 17.4 million this season. So this is actually a double. I don't even want to say a double-edged sword, because if I say it is, on one hand they're getting, they're trying to get down the luxury tax in the process, trying to reduce try to open up and free up some cap in there. But at the bad side, you're giving out a player that was committed to getting a minimum deal for the team, so they can be able to be part of that team and be able to contribute. So it's the expectation to deliver in a Los Angeles Lakers organization is just difficult. And given the whole situation, the way it's unfolding, you're also seeing reports coming out that D'Angelo Russell is in the chopping block. I feel like the people I've seen in the chopping block right now so far is Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. So the Lakers are just trying to find a way to be able to offload those two guys, but they're not getting a good trade partner. But honestly, I wouldn't trade Austin Reeves, but I know a lot of teams are demanding that in a Los Angeles Lakers trade. But the other guy that I've seen being thrown in that hat is D'Angelo Russell. And D'Angelo Russell right now, I feel like he's just on the chopping. He's been on the chopping block since last summer. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets offloaded like that, because he was obtaining a 3-team trade at a trade deadline that sent Russell Westbrook to the Jazz, where he was waived. And deloading, he came from the Minnesota Timberwolves. So it was the Jazz, Wolves, and Lakers. So that whole situation being acquired like that, there was not much, there was not a lot of concreteness, especially when it came to his situation with the Lakers and if his spot is secured in there. So that's basketball. And basketball is a business. So ideally, the Lakers would use D'Angelo Russell for a deal like this as they're looking to make a guard swap. So there's that proposition of just swapping D'Angelo Russell for Dejounte Murray, which I'm not sure if the Hawks are gonna go through that because they have been adamant that they want Austin Reeves in the deal. But if they value having either D'Lo or Austin Reeves in a defined six-man role with the others standing alongside Murray, the Lakers will have a very robust guard play on their roster. So I've seen a lot of situations where people are saying, could we just trade away Austin Reeves, Rui Hashimura, attach that first pick that we are just latching onto, and get Dejounte Murray. So I've seen a lot of that, especially on Twitter, but I am not sure like that's the right move the Lakers should make, because even I made a trade that the Lakers should not by any means get fleeced in any deal that they're doing, especially when it comes to the trade deadline. Because the trade deadline, that's when the teams in the NBA are looking towards retooling and trying to improve the roster that they have right now. So currently, it wouldn't be an advisable move to go for the next deal immediately like that without thinking about it. Some teams have a tendency to overpay. Some teams get to be fleeced, especially at the trade deadline. And we've seen this time and time again. I mean, if I look back at the trade deadline deals, especially the blockbuster ones that happened last season, you saw Kyrie to the Mavericks and KD to the Suns. If you go a year back, we saw the swap between Ben Simmons and James Harden. It happened at the trade deadline. And you can also see the three-team trade which sent D'Angelo Russell from the Minnesota Timberwolves to the Los Angeles Lakers. So sometimes the player's value can go up or go down, especially when it comes to negotiations. It's not as free as you would have expected, especially when it comes to like the off-season. The off-season, teams have a bit of wiggle room. They're able to operate easily, especially in that July 1st window in the off-season. But right now in the trade deadline, it gets difficult because you're already seen what this player can produce, especially on the court. And the deal is actually much more certain, because if you want to get this player, you already know what this player can do. And you have guarantees that you're not going to get shafted by this team. So we've seen what Dejounte Murray can do. I mean, that fit with Trae Young has not been the greatest, but they're just trying to see if they can get a trade partner, because the Atlanta Hawks said, and they just made a commitment to trading away Dejounte Murray. They signed him in the 2022 offseason, and not even signed him. They got him from a trade got him in a trade in the Spurs, from the Spurs, and the whole idea is to pair him alongside Trae Young so that they can be able to like contend, but it has not been able to bear any fruit. So they're just looking towards just offloading him. So the Lakers would love to upgrade and get out the luxury tax. That's a given. Because if they're able to like upgrade their roster and get out the luxury tax, that's something that they are right now they need to do, especially with with like the way they're hemorrhaging a lot of money. So the Lakers can find ways to get below the luxury tax if they go for a player like Dejounte Murray or Lauri Markkanen. So players who make under 20 million and can be difference makers. So Brian Windhorst, recall a time where the Lakers made a trade to get under the luxury tax with the sole purpose of saving money, but in this situation, the Lakers may be incentivized to save money and get better. So it's actually quite difficult just to save money and get better, to knock down both two things, because you can save money and get worse when you lose that productivity from that player, or you can opt to stay with that money the way it is and you pay the luxury tax and not get better. So it becomes quite difficult. It becomes quite difficult to be able to like pinpoint and be able to like get it right, because not all trades everyone is able to get them right. So he was also quoted as saying, "I remember when the Lakers made a deadline deal years ago, trading Chris Mihm just to save $3 million. I remember saying to somebody, why would the Lakers do that? And they're like, that's another $3 million Buzz could take to Vegas. It was a joke, but that's true. Like if the Lakers will find a way to save $6 million, that means each of the 6 bus children will take home an extra $1 million each. I'm not saying that I'm not saying they make decisions based on that, but if you look at the possibility of trying to improve the roster and saving around 15 million, it might make it easier for the Lakers to even include a draft pick to do it, which the draft pick they're unwilling to put in any deal. If the Lakers have doubts about including one of their 2 tradable first round picks, it could be the catalyst that prompts them to do so. So the Lakers have had a very expensive roster in recent years, and this is an opportunity to get their name out there, uh, to get their name out of the repeater tax and improve their team. So the Lakers are just at a crossroad. I'm not sure what is going to happen, because if Darvin Ham has not been able to figure out how to navigate this roster and be able to make these pieces fit, it might be it for him at the end of the season. He's going to get axed the same way Frank Vogel got axed when the Russell Westbrook experiment failed. But please let me know. Please do drop me your comment section what you think about these videos. I've seen in the past videos you showed me a lot of love, and why don't you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and also smash that like button. It helps me out a ton and it motivates me. Help a brother out. And peace.